So as you see, everybody is lined up over here for food. If you want to get something to eat, we have our sponsor, one of our sponsors, McDonald's and Frito-Lay. We have food over at the mayor's tent, right to my left. Then we have the book tables and book tents. We have the author reading circles, so you can get some of the authors that wrote some of the books that we're giving away today. You can go see the other tents, get your free books. We also have UCC over here as well with some free games that you can go play some games. UCC, raise your hands one more time. All right, UCC making some noise over there. So feel free to make your rounds. We got Source of Knowledge. Where's Source of Knowledge at? All right. So feel free to make your rounds, get your food, get your books, get your goodies, play your games, have a good time. The rest of the formal program will begin at 7 o'clock. But right now, this is your time to do you, enjoy yourselves, get some food, get some books, and have a good time. We'll be back. DJ, we got the drummer, we got the DJ. Which one we doing? Oh, we got the drummers. Oh, royalty is in the building. Our honorable councilman, C. Lawrence Crump. Wave your hand to the people, brother. Easy. Oh, and our newly elected West Ward Councilman, Dupre Kelly, is in the building. Give him a round of applause. So we have our at-large councilman, Councilman Crump, and our West Ward Councilman, Councilman Kelly. Please feel free to see these gentlemen with any of your concerns that you need to have addressed. And we are also looking for some volunteers that are interested in helping stop the violence in our community. Our Honorable Mayor Raz J. Baraka is calling for a Newark Call to Action citywide peace walk, which will take place on Saturday, August 20th. And the West Ward is going to march right from here down to Westside High School. So if you're interested in signing up and being a part of that march, see the mayor's tent over here to my right, the dark navy blue tent, if you want to sign up to walk with us. Where's my councilman? We also have the esteemed Dr. Charnae Brown, one of the sponsors of tonight's event. She's the mayor's chief education officer.
Good evening, everyone. Hopefully everybody is enjoying themselves. I just want to let you know we got a lot of events going on this weekend. I'm the Director of Recreation Culture Affairs. My name is Donnell Redding. I just want to let you know we have a major boxing event at the Cityplex this Saturday from 6 to 8:30. We also have our citywide anti-violence march. That's 2 p.m. August 20th. We calling all West Ward residents. Let's come to that stand. Let's stop the violence in our community. It takes all of us to stop that violence. From West Ward to Central Ward to East Ward to South Ward to West Ward. All of our wards, please come out. If you want the violence stopped, it starts with you. All right, love your city. We love you too.
Sir, let me get that folder there, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our new Director of Recreation and Cultural Affairs, Mr. Donnell Redding. Let's give that brother some love. So with no further ado, I'm going to bring up our councilman of the mighty, mighty West Ward, Councilman Dupre Kelly.
Thanks, Trev. West Ward, what's up? Y'all having a good time out here today? I want to thank you guys for coming out. This is a great event in one of our greatest parks here, man, Ivy Hill Park. I'm glad you all are having summer fun. Thank you to the mayor. Thank you to everybody who's making this event spectacular for us. You hear the drums. West Ward, we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do in the West Ward, and we can't do this alone. We're going to need all of you to help us, man. So I'm not going to be up here long, but I want you to keep coming to events like this in the West Ward. Keep supporting the West Ward. If you have any issues or concerns, please reach out to my office. My staff is in here. You can talk to Heidi right there. Heidi, raise your hand. Or you can talk to anyone from my office. Come out, and we can help you with your concerns in the West Ward. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, hey, hey. West Ward, let's keep enjoying ourselves, all right? Peace.
Give it up for Councilman Kelly, everybody. Give him a mighty West Ward clap. So we're going to bring up one of our other sponsors, Chief Educator #1, the Mayor's Chief Education Officer, the Honorable Dr. Charnae Brown. Come on up, my sister.
How y'all doing out there? Let's make some noise. How y'all doing out there? All right, we got to make sure we do this real quick. When I say R, you say R. When I say E, you say E. When I say A, you say A. And when I say D, you say D. And then we're going to yell read. We can do that? We got to have some energy. Let me see. Give me an R. Give me an E. Give me an A. My name is Dr. Shawnee Brown. I'm so excited to be here. I'm your Chief Education Officer, so that means everything educational-wise I'm involved in. I feel like I have to do a poem or something like that. I was like, let me come up with something off the dome. But anyway, we out here. I want to talk to you about 2 initiatives. First, I want to introduce this office to you. The mayor created the education office. It's called OCCE. He created it 8 years ago when he first became mayor because he's concerned about your education. I want you to understand that anything concerning education, you can call that office and get assistance. We can't guarantee it, but we can advocate for you and make sure that you get what you need and point you to some resources. But before you leave here, I want you to stop at that table right there that says Center of Hope. And there's 2 things I want you to sign your children up for. The first thing is the Mayor's Book Club. Everyone say Mayor's Book Club. Woo! All right, the Mayor's Book Club is about reading and literacy. The whole entire world should be literate. All levels we reading something. And so this is wonderful because you get to see the mayor's picks, know what the mayor is reading and what group he's reading with. You can read along with them and join in, especially in Facebook, and tell us how you like the book. But it's with all ages. We don't want you to think the Mayor's Book Club is about one age group. It's literally from 0 to infinity because you can be 100 and something reading, right? You know what I'm saying? So I want you to join the Mayor's Book Club. The second thing, if you have a child that is not in kindergarten yet, raise your hand if your child is not, or a grandchild is not in kindergarten yet. Ooh, I like your red. You looking good. All right. So there's 1,000 books before kindergarten. This is so awesome. We can close 1 million vocabulary word gap reading to our children every day. All the 1,000 books before kindergarten ask you to do is track it. So you open up a book, you read it to your beautiful child, you track it, and guess what? We give you incentives all around the community just because you're doing what you normally do at home, right? This is our second literacy event. We had one July 2nd. We gave out from June 8th to July 2nd, we gave out 41,000 books. Woo! Yes, and we anticipate adding to that number today. The last event, we gave out 1,300 books. Everybody in your family needs their own library. And guess what? When you do that, you're going to make your child ready. They're going to sit in those classes. They're going to excel. We're not going to worry about reading scores because we are laying the foundation for them to be wonderful, literate people. And this whole country needs to address literacy. And so, again, don't forget about the OCC office. You can go on the NJ, the NORC, NJ.gov and get the information from the office. But also when you sign up over there, you're going to get emails, and so you're going to have our contact information. We are here to serve you. We have a mayor that used to be an educator. Let's give it up for our mayor. Woo! He was an elementary school teacher. He was a principal on the elementary level, and he was also a principal on high school level. So he's concerned about our young people. You don't leave the educational profession and that desire to serve children leaves you. It's still there. And that's why there's so many great initiatives like this out there for you. So please, NORC is so dope. And I want you to sign up because we're also going to be doing stuff like giving out book bags. This stuff is going to be going on all year, okay? So enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Make sure you develop a library for yourself. And, how you doing, OB? And for your children. Because literacy is the foundation to everything. Again, my name is Dr. Brown. I'm so glad to serve you. This is exciting, and you got a city that loves your children and love you, and we got to tap into all these wonderful resources. That's all I got to say. Nice meeting y'all. Woo! Give me an R. Give me an E. Give me an A. Give me a D. Let's say read. Another resource I'm going to bring up. Are you going to do it or you want me to do it? All right, I'm going to bring up my partner in not crime, but literacy. We're going to bring up Jocelyn Dicton, the director of the North Public Library.
Thank you, Dr. Brown. All right, you all are a hard act to follow. Welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you for coming. It's my second annual one. I think it's the fourth annual Reading on the Stars. Is that right? Yes. So if you haven't already, please stop at the table. At the library table, we are signing you up for library cards. I'd encourage you to please make us a habit again. I know it's been crazy times for these past 2 years, but we are open and ready to serve you, and we have awesome events. Don't forget to sign up for the summer reading program. It's still going on. We have lots of prizes, grand prizes for you, all sorts of things. So we are here. We're giving out books and signing up library cards. Thank you to Dr. Brown. Thank you to Source of Knowledge Books, our partner in crime. Thank you to the city of Newark and the mayor. And like I said, I just encourage you to please come visit us. And thank you for coming out for another Reading Under the Stars. Please make reading part of your habit and things you do every day. You see what reading can lead to, something fun like this. So we appreciate you. We thank you. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you to our partners again. And thank you for being here. All right. I'm good.
All right. Hey, when I say Newark, you say reads. Newark. Newark. Nah, y'all not ready. Y'all not ready. You have to bring the mayor up here. Y'all got to get ready. So when I say Newark, you say reads. Newark. 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 We got to be able to hear you on South Orange Avenue. We're going to try that one more time after the mayor reads. Maybe he'll give you some more energy. So with no further ado, I'd like to bring up the Honorable Mayor, Raz J. Baraka, your mayor, my mayor. Please give him a round of applause. We got to give a shout out to our drummers, Brother Obalaji Baraka, Brother Keith Collier on the drums, calling the ancestors. Oh, we got an audience tonight. Pick a beanbag, any beanbag. All right.
All right, good. I feel like Bobby Brown, man. What's going on? He got me what the Bobby Brown.
Good.
Yeah.
It's your prerogative, brother. Your prerogative. Do you think?
Feel I'm about to perform. Do some. How's everybody doing? How y'all doing? Good, good. I just want to thank you for bringing your children out and being a part of this and enjoying what's happening up here, Reading Under the Stars. It's so important for us to make sure that we raise the level of literacy in the city. So we got to get as many people reading as possible. I'm going to take a few minutes to read this evening a book that I was given by the beautiful ladies from the Source of Knowledge downtown Newark. Is a bookstore. If you're looking for a bookstore, culturally relevant bookstore, particularly for black and brown people, downtown Newark, across from City Hall, Source of Knowledge bookstore. This is the books I got from them, and I have a bunch of books that I read to my children from here, right? You read to them when you think they're not even paying attention, you should be reading to them, right? Making sure they understand and getting them words out. But this book is called Let the Children March. The author is Monica Clark Robinson, illustrated by Frank Morrison. In 1963, Birmingham, Alabama, I couldn't play on the same playground as white kids. I couldn't go to their schools. I couldn't drink from their water fountains. There were so many things I couldn't do. One warm spring night, my family went to church. We weren't there to have regular services. We were there to hear Dr. Martin Luther King speak. we were there to plan. Kids like pictures, so you got to show them the pictures. He wanted to raise an army of peaceful protesters to fight for freedom. His brown eyes flashing fire and love, Dr. King told us the time had come to march. If I march, Mama said, I'll lose my job, sure enough. I can't march, Daddy said. I got a family to feed. The weight of the world rested on our parents' shoulders, but this burden, this time, did not have to be theirs to bear. I don't have a boss to fear, my brother said, or a job to lose. We can march this time. We'll be Dr. King's army, I said. I'll be fine, Daddy, I promised. Don't worry, Mama. I got a fan, there you go. I got a fan. Dr. King didn't like children being put in harm's way. He was a daddy too, after all. But he said that though we were young, we were not too young to want our freedom. Let the children march. They will lead the way. On May 2nd, a sunny Thursday, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, cousins and friends, we all met at the church dressed in our best, feet ready. In a silence so loud that all I could hear was my racing heart, we began to walk. Hand in hand we marched, so frightened yet certain of what was right for freedom. Would I be hurt? Would we be heard? Would it all be worth it in the end? I wanted to run from the angry faces in the crowd, run from danger, run from fear. Boys and girls, brothers and sisters, cousins and friends, on and on we marched, we marched, we marched. Hate dogged my heels all that day, its yellow canine teeth sharp, but courage walked by my side and kept me going. Disperse or you'll be jailed, the police shouted the first day. Disperse or you'll be wet, they shouted the second day. Disperse or we'll release the dogs, they shouted the third day. We did not disperse. We kept on marching. We wouldn't stop until things started to change. Hundreds of us went to jail on the first day and even more on the second day. My turn wasn't until the third day. After I was sprayed by water stronger than anything I felt, rough hands pushed me forward and I fell to my knees in the wagon. Dr. King reassured our parents, don't worry about your children, he said. They're going to be all right. Don't hold them back if they want to fight, for they are doing a job for not only themselves, but for all of America and for all of humankind. That night, crowded into a cell too small for even half of the kids, we sang, we shall overcome and ain't gonna let nobody turn me round, and freedom is coming. Our parents couldn't be there with us, but still we sang, wrapped in the proud and loving arms of our ancestors. I was still in jail, but we heard that the next day and the next day, more kids marched. The water hose they used to sting us could not stop our fierce tide. The path may be long and troubled, but I'm gonna walk. Turn the other cheek, we had been taught. Show love where there is hate. The world watched a hate bruised us, but for 7 days we walked only in love. The jail swelled to bursting, and even President Kennedy took notice. Daddy said the president received letters and calls about us from all over the world. Our march would become a memory, a small part of a larger story, but we had been heard, and the seeds were sown. 2 days and nights I stayed in there. Some stayed even longer. When I left, I was tired and sore, and my best dress was ripped, but my smile was as wide as the Mississippi River. I had made a difference. I'm so proud of you, baby girl, Mama said. Your march was what made them see. With nothing more than our feet, voices, and courage, we had done what others could not. Change was right around the corner. We felt like a cool breeze in an Alabama August. On May 10th, the great news rang out. Dr. King had reached an agreement with the leaders of the city. Desegregation would begin. That's the family. 1 month later, I was playing on a playground I've never been allowed to play on before. 2 months later, my family ate at a diner we never been allowed to eat at before. Our march made the difference. We children led the way, singing the songs of freedom, 1,000 strong, we came. The end. Little Children March by Monica Clark Robinson, illustrated by Frank Morrison. And you can get this book at the Source of Knowledge, downtown Newark, right on Broad Street. Come out and support the ladies and get your children some books. There's books over here as well. Get some books, be a part of what's going on. And once again, thank all the parents and elders out here that are surrounding our young people in our city and teaching them to love and learn and grow and be incredible, incredible people. Newark strong, y'all. God bless.
Give it up for the mayor, Raj Day Baraka. So we got some more performance for you. We are honored and esteemed. So we do a play downtown Newark every Friday for 4 weeks this summer. So we've already done it twice. We did the last 2 Fridays in July, and we're gonna do the first 2 Fridays in August, weather permitting. So if you would like some information about that play, please see the mayor's tent over here, the navy blue tent. We have flyers back there. Just ask the staff for some flyers. Flyers are all taped to the table. Pick a flyer, any flyer you want, and just ask them for it. You'll have all the information about the play. The play is called Snatch Your Free, and it's written by Tanisha Fordham, is directed by Tanisha Fordham, and she also stars in the cast. She's also involved on Broadway, doing the same thing on Broadway. So we're very fortunate to have her. And right now, I'm going to bring up the Tanisha Fordham players, and they're going to perform Thank You, Umu, or Umi. Which one is it? Umu. Amu. Thank you. That's why y'all the players. All right. So, with no further ado, the Tanisha Fordham players, give it up for them.
Thank you, Amu, by Oge Mora. Note to the reader, Amu is the Igbo term for queen. Ha. Thank you, Amu, by Oge Mora. Let's get into it. On the corner of First Street and Long Street, on the very top floor, Amu was cooking a thick red stew in a big fat pot for a nice evening meal. She seasoned and stirred it and took a small taste. Ooh, what a delicious stew, Amu said. Tonight's dinner will surely be the best I have ever had. With that, Amu put down her spoon and went to read a book before supper. As the thick red stew simmered on the stove, its scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall, toward the street, around the block, until knock! Someone was at the door. When Amu opened it, she saw a little boy. Little boy, Amu explained. What brings you to my home?
I was playing with my race car down the hall when I smelled the most delicious smell.
The little boy replied.
What is it?
Thick red stew.
Stew.
He sighed.
That sure sounds yummy.
Amu Amu thought for a moment. She was saving her stew for dinner, but she had made quite a bit. It wouldn't hurt to share. Would you like some? The little boy nodded. And so, Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal.
Ooh, wee, thank you, Amu.
The little boy said, and went on his way. With that, Amu closed the door and went back to her book. As she read, her thick red stew's scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall, toward the street, and around the block until... knock, knock! Someone was at the door. When Amu opened the door, this time she saw... a police officer. Miss Police Officer, Amu explained. What brings you to my house?
I was on duty down the street when I smelled the most delicious smell.
Miss Police Officer replied.
What is it?
Thick red stew.
Oh, stew,
She said, and her mouth watered.
that sounds mighty tasty.
Amu thought for a moment. There was still enough to share. Well, would you like some? The police officer nodded. Once again, Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal.
Oh, thank you, Amu.
The officer said, and went on her way. And for the second time, Amu closed the door and went back to her book. Sure enough, as she read, her thick red stew scrumptious scent wafted out the window and out the door, down the hall, toward the street, and around the block until knock, knock, knock. Again, someone was at Amu's door. This time she opened it and she saw a hot dog vendor. Mr. Hot Dog Vendor, Amu exclaimed. What brings you to my home?
I was selling my hot dogs
down the block when I smelled the most delicious smell. Mr. Hot Dog Vendor replied. What is it? Thick red stew.
stew.
The vendor licked his lips.
That sounds quite
Delectable. So, Amu spooned out some thick red stew from the big fat pot for her nice evening meal.
Thank you.
Amu, the hot dog vendor said, and went on his way. Throughout the day, people from all across the neighborhood knocked on Amu's door. She fed a shop owner, a cab driver, a doctor, an actor, a lawyer, a dancer, a baker, an artist, a singer, an athlete, a bus driver, a construction worker. She even saw that the mayor stopped by. Hey, Mayor Baraka. Oh, and each time they knocked, Amu shared. Soon, though, the sky darkened and the street lights brightened, and it was finally time for dinner. But when Amu opened her big fat pot of thick red stew for her nice evening meal, it was empty. Amu sniffled. There goes the best dinner I ever had. Sorry and blue, she sat at the table with her empty pot until knock, 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 knock. Who could that be? Amu wondered. When she opened her door, she saw, the little boy, the police officer, the hot dog vendor, the shop owner, the cab driver, the doctor, the actor, the lawyer, the dancer, the baker. Why? Everyone she fed today was at her door. Sorry, everyone, Amu sighed. My thick red stew is all gone. I have nothing left to share. The little boy tugged at Amu's sleeve.
Don't worry, Amu. We are not here to ask. We are here to give.
The officer carried in a fresh salad. The mayor entered with the roasted chicken. The baker brought a collection of sweet goodies. Even the little boy presented Amu with something special in a shiny red envelope. Everyone who had knocked on Amu's door that day squeezed inside her tiny apartment, and together they ate, danced, and celebrated. While Amu's big fat pot of thick red stew was empty, her heart was full of happiness and love and love and love and love and love and love, and that dinner was the best she had ever had. Thank you, Amu. The back of the book says it best, y'all. Sharing is a lot like giving thanks. They both bring people together. Thank you, Amu, by Oge Mora.
Listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. I am not what you would call a theater person. I don't go to the theater regularly. I don't watch a lot of plays regularly. I got you. Hold on. Thank you. You're welcome. But I have been converted. So you know how some of y'all go to church and try to get more people to come to your church or to your mosque or to your synagogue? I've been converted. I know Reverend Councilwoman Roundtree knows about that. But I have been converted to a theater man. And Reverend Tanisha Fordham has saved me. So her and the Tanisha Fordham players have made me a fan. So please, if you enjoyed what you just saw, come on down and join us at Mulberry Park. I'm going to have my staff pass some flyers out to everybody, so you won't even have to come over to the tent. If you enjoyed them, you can come see the play. You get a whole hour and a half of that. All right? So one more time, please give it up for the Tanisha Fordham players.